Hi everyone, and welcome to Local Notes. This is a video and podcast series dedicated to local musicians and their craft. I'm Dave Wright, and the only thing I can play is the radio. But I do enjoy listening to great music, and with a few of my friends, I spend a lot of time traveling around to hear some of our best local music. This series has two real objectives. One is to give some of the great talent an opportunity to tell their side of the story. I'm talking about the kind of stuff we don't normally get to hear about. Secondly, I'm trying to bring some attention to an area that's really hurting right now. Where would we be without all these super talented people that keep us entertained? So let's not waste any more time and get to it. Hey everyone, welcome to Local Notes episode number 4. This week's guest is Todd Jones, who I've seen many times over the year, solo and with the band, but never had a chance to sit down and talk with him. So this was a lot of fun. Whether Todd does play solo or with a band, he's a lot of fun. He plays great music, and I hope you get to go out and check him out. I know I will as soon as we get on the other side of COVID. One more note, right now, everything is shut down. Venues are closed, restaurants are closed. There's no way or no place for these guys to play except online. I hope you get out there and support them however you can. Lastly, I have a lot more guests planned. One's pretty special I'm excited about. I sure hope you're enjoying the interviews as much as I am. You can find Local Notes on Facebook with links to all the videos. You can search YouTube and they're all there. Also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Thanks for all the support and enjoy the interview. Take care.
She's got me sitting in a line station, shuffling my feet, waiting for a woman I thought I once knew.
Welcome to Local Notes. This is episode 4, and my guest tonight is Todd Jones. Hey, Todd, how are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for taking some time and hanging out for a little while.
Well, thank you for having me.
Good. Now, the thing that I can remember with Todd was Jody having the Christmas party down at the Crab Shack, and you being there every year. And I'm sure we're not going to have one this year. But that's where I remember meeting you, Tom. Have you always enjoyed that? Have you been doing that for a while?
Yeah, we did it, once or twice. We took a year off, and then we were there for 2 or 3 years, and then plans all changed. And it's a shame because that was always a really, really good time. It was actually her birthday party.
Yeah, because it's like Christmas Eve or something, right?
Yeah, and so I always called it the night before New Year's Eve party at the Cane's Crab Shack. I talked about it for a long time. It's very unique.
Yeah.
Atmosphere there. Pretty cool. Better than most places you get to go play. So
is it one of your favorite places to play?
Yes, absolutely. The last show there out and it was snowing up under the deck and hit face. That was awesome. It was great.
We even had it all boarded up and you could still see the snow getting through the cracks. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was great.
You were a trooper. You had to be cold.
It wasn't until the last couple minutes, and then when I came back on, I took a break, and I come back on, and then I got cold. It took me all to get warm till the next morning. So I had to get a shower and stuff when I got home. So.
Right. We had a good time. It was a good night. I got a couple good videos from there too. So listen, we've been kind of under lockdown since like February, and not a lot of people are doing anything. What have you been doing during COVID to stay busy?
Well, when it first started, we had a couple family game nights. That was cool. At first, we weren't going. We all live on what we call Jones Mountain, or it's like a compound.
Oh,
so
really?
my dad lives like 500 feet away from me, and my brother lives over the hill. But so my brother and I were able to get together and do a few things, but we did family game night a couple times. On a normal basis, we go to dinner at my dad's every Sunday night. But for a little bit during the COVID, when it first happened, we didn't get to go do that. So we bought a camp at Slippery Rock Campground last year, and we started going up there because we were allowed to. There was nobody around, and friends of ours had a camp up there as well. And we spent Easter there, Easter weekend. We had a great time just going there every weekend, and we worked up there. I did a couple online shows, whatever you want to call them,
Mhm.
on Facebook. That was pretty cool. I did one around Easter. We got the most of the band together, and I did one other one, and then I was a part of some kind of benefit that they had for the workers in Pittsburgh. So that's pretty much what we did at the first, and then we just sort of spent some time, and then it opened up a little bit, and we played a little bit of music, not as many times as we have in years past. So it's probably the least amount that I've played,
Right.
uh, but it is what it is, and I kind of enjoyed it. I didn't take it as a bad thing. I enjoyed that time with my family.
Yeah, that's kind
That's
of
what
that's
we've done. So there's a lot of times, different holidays during the summertime where I would be gone 10, 12 days in a row. I mean, I would be home, but I would be sleeping from, probably 4 in the morning till noon, and then get up and go again. Like July 4th always used to be real big with us. We would do multiple shows in a day in a
right.
row. Sometimes it would be nothing to play 10 times in 6 days or something like that. So it was always very wore out at that point, but that was a long time ago. So this year definitely made up for all those times. We definitely spent a lot of time as a family together at the camp here at the house and at my parents' pool, which I had worked on by hand all the year before to get it ready for this year. So it was definitely a lot of fun just being with the family and the kids, like kids and dogs.
Now at Slippery Rock, are you like in the campground or are you on the
Yep.
creek? So
Yes, we're in the campground.
okay, all
So
right.
we're up top, but we love it up there. We're kind of missing it right now. We're wishing it wasn't so cold. We would go up.
Do you
So,
have it? Is it closed for the winter?
I do have it shut down for the winter, but
Yeah,
we're thinking maybe New Year's Eve we might go up just by
right,
ourselves.
right. I have a camper as well, and I got it all winterized, so
Yeah.
I could take it somewhere, but I couldn't use the water or nothing.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, so you had tell me about the band. I've seen you with the band maybe once or twice, but
Uh-huh.
tell me about the band. Who's in the band and how long have you guys been together?
First off, JD Taylor, he's our bass player.
Uh-huh.
He's been on and off again. Just he does different projects from time to time, and but he's been like a brother in the music industry. He's been there for me for a long time, but that's who's there for us right now. Continue to be. I don't know. He always says if I retire, what are you going to do? I said, well, maybe I'll retire too. So, but we'll see. But Josh Muntzer's playing lead guitar, and
Uh-huh.
he's doing a real good job. And Dave Sims is playing drums for us. So, and he does a real fine job. And they all sing. They're all
Right.
good guys. Um, all good people. We all do our own things on the sides as well.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I know I really like the music that you guys play. It's like a lot of country. You kind of move over a little bit to pop a little bit. You're expanding out, and I enjoy the music that you picked and the music that you play. So,
Thank you.
yo, you're welcome. You're welcome. Do you write any of your own songs?
Yes. Uh, yes, I do. On the CD we had out in 2009, 2010, I think I wrote four that were on there. So
Uh-huh.
10 songs. So I wish I would have written more, but at that time, they just don't come to me very easily. So they either come in, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, or 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 10 minutes at the most. Sometimes, when I was writing that, somebody else might give me a little bit of a hand. We've tried some other things, but it doesn't necessarily always work. I try to accept things when people give them to me, and they'll be like, "Hey, can you put this to a song?" And it just doesn't always work. Like, it's got to be, to me, it's got to be heartfelt, and it's nothing against anybody else. It's either there for me or it's not. It's either okay or bad, So I don't write fast songs.
Uh-huh.
know why they just don't come out of me. It's love songs, slow songs. you know, maybe that's because I listened to Slow Hand, Eric Clapton, when I was in high school, and
Yeah.
everybody else was listening to Nirvana and stuff. So I mean, it's not that I didn't like that music. I was just trying to play a different style guitar. I was roadieing for my dad at the time, so I was surrounded by people that were 15, 20 years older than me all the time. So I had different influences than what most people my age did
Right.
at the time. So
When you're writing, do you hear the lyrics or the music first?
it would be the lyrics for me. Um, a lot of times when I was working as a salesman, I would be driving up and down the roads of West Virginia and Ohio, and I would, I'd get something stuck in my head. Nothing really ever came of it, of those, but I would definitely pass time by trying to get a hook, you
Right.
know, or playing something like that. But the last one I wrote was it did. I shouldn't say if it doesn't come right away. I worked on it for oh man, I want to say 17 years, 16 years. Uh, it was it's a Christian song, which I wrote on about how my grandfather taught me how to pray. And when I spoke at his funeral, I used uh, those lines, and they always stuck with me. And over the years, I've sang that over and over and over again. So my brother and I, we sat down and finished it last Easter, and put it together, put it on Facebook.
Did you? So it's on Facebook. Did you ever record it?
Just there. We
Just there?
recorded. Yeah, we recorded it there, and then we recorded it at the same time, or maybe an hour before. We just did a small recording.
Mhm.
It's there. It's I've sent it off to a friend of mine. Uh, I think he has it.
Mhm.
Daryl Price has
Right.
a song catalog, so he has it. I haven't heard anything about it, but it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm gonna go check it out. I'm
Yeah,
interested. That sounds really cool.
yeah.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. Um, Let me think about this for a minute. Where did you get started in music? I heard you were talking about your dad. That would be Larry Lee, right?
Yes, sir.
And he was a musician in Pittsburgh, correct?
Yep.
And
And
how did you? So you were kind of born into it. Did you? You pop out and your dad handed you a guitar.
yeah,
How did you get
uh,
started?
you know, uh, when I was a little kid, uh, you know, I don't know. I mean, we were always there. Like people always talk about the Foggy Bottom, and it wasn't. That was a whole family-run organization, and all the kids were upstairs. And sometimes we'd sneak down and be in the Foggy Bottom. We saw people riding the bulls, and before the people, came into the bar, we were in there riding the bull. We're trying to jump up on chairs and punch that punching bag. Yeah, we had a good time. I vividly remember wetting the paper towels out of the men's room, and they would wrap around our little arms, so we would pretend like we had broken arms and broken legs. So we would pet them. But as far as the music part is concerned, yeah, I mean, it just was something that was always there. I didn't start playing guitar till it had been 1990. Um, Dad, we went to the mall, had some Christmas money, bought a Tom Petty CD or tape. It was
Mhm,
a tape, National Record Mart, and it
mhm.
was Full Moon Fever, and Free Fallin' was on that, which was the number one song
Great
or
album.
right around the number one song at the time. And we were on our way home, 51 South, and at right there's a BP there now, and the Kmart where the Kmart used to be. We were at that red light, and Dad said, "Hey, you would sound good singing that song." And kind of smart, I said, "Well, I don't know how to play guitar." He says, "We'll take care of that when we get home." And we got home. He showed me how to play G, C, and D. And for all the enthusiasts out there that have told me over the years, I get it. It's that song's not in G. It's in F. I've never checked, but when it was, he just listened to my voice and said, "Oh, you're going to sing it in G." So that's basically how we've learned all of our songs, or what's best for our vocals.
Wow.
Uh, but that's basically what started it. And my poor parents, 2 or 3 years, I only knew a couple songs. It was like Free Falling, Wonderful Tonight, and Suspicious Minds, and I couldn't get the B minor to save my life. But if they ever have to hear Free Falling again, I don't know what they do. So,
You know, it's funny. I'm learning to play guitar, and I've been playing for just a couple months.
Uh-huh.
And I played "Wonderful Tonight" uh, for Cobb before we did the interview. It's funny.
Hmm.
It's kind of weird. So it's easy to play, but it's fun. It just I
Yeah.
don't know as good. So I'm not much of a guitar. I got a long way to go, but it's to me it's just I love music, and
Yeah.
that's how I can express myself, I guess. So
Yeah. It's got to be fun. It's got to be something you enjoy. Uh,
yeah.
you know,
Do you and Dad still get together and play and sing together?
um, sometimes like if we go up there Sunday night or whatever, a lot of times if so we watch a lot of PBS specials.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Times if I'm not playing or if, we're not really doing nothing, we'll walk up and he'll have on. He's got a couple different channels that do stuff. So sometimes that turns into him playing, and sometimes it turns into me singing a song or two. Sometimes we go to one of the things we were doing for a while was, Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas were always at my mom and dad's, and my brother would have New Year's Day down at his place. So for a while there, I want to say a good 5, 6, 7, 8 years in a row, it would be me. Well, I would just sit and listen, but my dad and then Herbie Humphreys married into my brother's family,
Hmm.
married brother sister-in-law, who I mean, he's just a phenomenal guitar player. So those two would sit there and play, and my brother would sing, and uh, my brother's nephew would sing along or whatever. But it was sing along on New Year's Day, so that was fun. But yes, we do sometimes not.
Hmm.
It's not like it's pretty cool, and then other times it's like we're just normal people and don't we
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
you know
yeah.
sometimes we've got guitars in our hand for hours, and other times there's nothing going on there other than
Right.
drinking, watching a football game. So,
It's always been there. So I
yeah,
guess, there's
yeah,
been regular days and
yeah. We're with my son now. He's 12. My daughter took some lessons, and my middle daughter sings a little bit. But my boy, he's starting to play guitar, so I think he keeps that with my dad to show me a couple things, Pap, show me a couple things. So, and we're not really guitar teachers, so
right, right.
now a few other people showed him some things, and he's starting to come along a little bit, and that's about the right age, 12, 13 years old as I was. I had to have been, I guess 1990, I would have been, uh, I'd have been 13 going on 14. So,
Okay.
that's a good age, and,
Yeah,
he's here music and keeping us, the spirit alive in us, I guess, for a little bit longer.
that's
So,
awesome. That's awesome. Did you like someday dream like maybe you guys get to play together?
who, me and my son?
Yeah.
We've done it.
Oh,
Since
really?
he was a little kid. Yeah, he's a ham. He has no stage fright, not one bit. Uh,
Lucky
since
guy.
he was, yeah, summer. Yeah, I have stage fright, terrible, but he doesn't.
Mhm.
Since Steve's probably been 4 or 5 years old, he would get up and do Red Solo Cup, and that was a big. It was almost like a big shtick when he would get to the middle, and then everybody quit singing, and you could hear his little voice saying, "Kiss my ass." Everybody loved it. The crowd. He's
Oh,
definitely him, and Mrs. Sandrock has done a wonderful job with myself and my brother and his kids and my kids. And this summer he had to, or it was when they were doing the online school, it was like the final, and it's like, come on, bud, you could do a video. So there he is, just sitting out on the porch and singing "Fly Me to the Moonlit," and he's just as popping it. So
oh,
he's definitely a little bit of a ham, so
yeah.
he's doing good.
Well,
But
good, good. Tell me about sitting in Atlanta Station.
okay. Well, my dad recorded that um, in 1980 or 81. Um, Somebody suggested, "Hey, you guys sound good when you do that song." So when they went to Nashville to record they wanted to do that, and I don't really know the song that was on the B side.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that was the B side. I'm not sure, but they ended up playing that on the radio. And over the years, I think the first time I was asked for it was somebody from church at the Flora Fair one year, and it just like I I knew it. Like there was no practice to it. I like knew the words, I think, and we did it there. And then a friend of mine before that named Dog, who I guess there's a video floating around today on Facebook. It's a memory from years ago at the Froggy radio station, and I played a part of it. I didn't play the whole song. If I'd have known it had 10,000 hits on there, I would have probably played the whole song, but I didn't play the whole song that day. So, but the Dog, DAWG, is a friend of mine that booked. He helped me get my first couple shows outside of the Arima Tavern. I come home one day and there was a message for me to call Dog, DAWG, and I call this number and he didn't answer. It said, "You've reached the Dog, DAWG. If I'm not answering, I'm probably out burying my bone." But the Dog, he suggested that I do that a long time ago. We did, and then when we were looking for songs to record, my wife said, "Man, you really sound good singing that one." So when I was sitting around the table with Dave Hanner, who produced the CD, he says, "Well, what do you got?" And I played him a couple of the other ones, and I said, "But my wife thinks I sound good singing this." And he goes, "Oh, that's going to be the first." And that was the first song we recorded. Actually, it was the second. We recorded another song I wrote called "I Do" first, and then we did that one. I don't remember the order after that part. That was so long ago, but it was definitely fun. It's definitely been neat. I wouldn't say lightning struck twice, but we did definitely, it's pretty cool. Made American Billboard chart with that, or the country Billboard chart. American Country Billboard chart was on some charts over in Europe. Oh, I can't remember. There was some little European country. It went to number one. It's like it's not like radio here. It's like someone like yourself would get a hold of that and they would spin records and the many more. They count how many times they're played, but it's not like it's your Y108 or your Froggy or your. It's not like that. But somehow they keep track of it. But it was pretty cool to see all that happen. To shoot a video, I treated that like, man, I'll never get to do this again. I'm hoping to get to do it a lot, but fortunately that hand of cards wasn't dealt my way. So, but it was pretty cool to be in that video. And I mean, I've shot a couple other smaller videos, but they're not like that. That was pretty cool. We even did a couple more days of shooting that never ended up in the, in the main thing that you can see on YouTube now. But that was definitely a lot of fun. It's a great life experience. I got to go to a movie studio and I worked with the people that, we set it all up. We used parts from a movie. Like you can watch, I think it's Love, Drug, and Other Things with Lynn. I can't remember her last name. And Jake, like, I can't even say Jake.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
So they were in a movie where she was sick and he was selling drugs that would make her feel better or something. Not like bad drugs, but anyway, the background in Atlanta Station, sitting in Atlanta Station, is part of her apartment in that movie. And then when it cuts to the chorus, those are the windows to her apartment. So they have to keep that stuff around. I don't know for how long, but I guess you have to keep it around for licensing or whatever, just in case they would have to come back and shoot, another scene or something. Maybe something messes up, whatever. I probably wasn't even allowed to say we used that.
So that was out in Hollywood. You went to Hollywood to do that?
No. That was right. I mean, Hollywood, Pittsburgh.
Oh, that was done right in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that was done in, I can never remember that. Not Lawrence. Up there where all the strip clubs are. What's that one?
Oh,
McKees Rock. So
Liberty Avenue.
No, it's McKees Rocks.
Oh, okay.
Right on the main drag, there's a big red building there, and it looks like nothing. And inside, there's a movie studio. I don't know if it's still there, but
didn't know that.
Yeah, and some friends of mine, JD went with me, my bass player, and then my friend Dave went with me. Dave Pearson went, and we helped construct the sets, and it was pretty cool. And they had a wardrobe, and they had a makeup artist, and and she kept playing my hair because it wouldn't tame down, but it was pretty cool.
It was pretty long back then.
Yeah, you know what? That was a 17-hour day. That was a 17. We were there to shoot 3.5 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever that video was, it was a long day to get that far.
Wow. Now, did you know the people in the video, like the girl? Did you know her?
I did not know her. Daryl Price hired her. She was from Mars. I can't remember her name. She was like a swimsuit or some kind of model of nature or whatever. The kids in the background, and the woman that was my manager's daughter and his two kids, and that little boy. They all ended up famous. More famous. How do I say it? They ended up famous. I think the little girl is Miss Pennsylvania now, and the little boy played Pugsley on Broadway. And then, so there's a guy and a girl in there too. And the guy is the magician from Pittsburgh that's had a lot of fame lately. I can't remember the name. It's just because I'm getting the short timers. But
Right.
if you know, do you know who I'm talking about? I've seen him on TV and on Facebook. We're friends on Facebook. I'd have to look it up. But
Probably
he was friends with Daryl as well when we went in there to do that. So that was pretty cool. You know,
not.
it was that day.
What do you think is your most memorable experience musically? Like opening up for somebody, or your favorite thing that you did? What really sticks out, or is it just all been a great ride?
It's been pretty much all been a great ride, but I've had a lot of heartfelt experiences. There's nothing that I could do to ever express when you're not only in front of just a small crowd that makes you feel good, but when a couple thousand people are screaming,
Mhm.
when you're done singing, they're standing up on their feet, or a couple hundred or 15 people, there's no better feeling. I mean, there could be a couple more, having a baby, getting married.
Right.
But there's nothing else that replaces that feeling. But I think one of the coolest things, we were in Nashville for CRS, which is Country Radio Seminar.
Mhm.
I think that's what it stands for. And it was Ron Brown, myself, and Daryl Price, and we were walking through the hotel. And basically, what happens those few days is that's where the country music uh, performers, whatever you want to call them, artists, they meet with the country radio, disc jockeys.
Right. Right. Like meet
You
and
can
greet
meet
kind
every.
of thing.
Yes, exactly. And we had just got there and had our bags in our hand, and Lon Helton runs, I think that's the Sunday morning countdown or whatever it is. And he walked right up and said, "Todd Jones, I love that song." And like, hey, and like, I'd never met him before. I had no idea he even had the song. Like,
Yeah.
oh wow, that was pretty cool. So there was a few cool things that happened on that trip. Just people that knew my dad or knew me, or you know we saw a few old disc jockeys that were around in my dad's day that were working for the AR groups that push music, the artists to the radio stations and stuff. So it was pretty cool trip. So
Do you ever go back to Nashville?
uh I haven't been back since then, and I should be. And my old drummer Donnie Morris has been beating me up, but I play all the time. I was playing all the time, and then the COVID hit, so it's definitely not the right time to be going down right this second. And my brother's actually been there a couple more times. I haven't been back since 2010. It might have been, yeah, it was 2010. So it's been 10 years, but we've been wanting to go.
Mhm.
I think we were supposed to go with some friends of ours the year before, and somebody ended up having knee surgery. So we didn't go. We pushed off, said we're going to go in the spring, and then COVID hit. So, I mean, for me to go down, I mean, I could probably go down and, sleep on my buddy's couch or in his spare room, but I don't know if my wife liked to sleep on the couch with me, but I mean, I'm sure she would, but it wouldn't be the same for her to go, not to go see Tootsie's and
Right.
all those places, and that place, Printer's Alley, and all those neat, I don't even know if half of that is all still there, but
It's there. It's also
Randolph Fruit Shop, and that was a pretty cool place. I got to see a couple big time session players playing in there that nobody, maybe, I mean, I know the musicians in the place did, but I bet you the people that were sitting there listening had no idea who they were looking at.
right.
So Kenny Vaughn was in there, and that's Marty Stewart's lead guitar player.
Okay.
not
Okay.
that
I
Marty
didn't know that.
Not that Marty Stewart needs a lead guitar player, but he does have one. His name's Kenny Vaughn. I got to talk to him. What was that guy's name? Something Highland, Johnny Highland. He was there as well. Johnny Cash's bass player from the Tennessee Three was playing an upright bass with Don Kelly one day. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff, get to some, I know who some people in the background are, just because we pay attention. So,
Right. Right.
Donnie's memory of playing at the Post Gazette Pavilion, or whatever you want to call that, Star Lake, we'll call it Star
Mhm.
Lake. and we're sitting there playing before the Tim McGraw show on the VIP stage, and he looks up, and Tim McGraw's band's watching us, and they're just singing along, having a good time. And he was like, that was pretty cool, because it was his drummer, you know, like drummers pay attention to drummers, guitar players pay attention to guitar players and stuff.
Sure.
So, you know, it's always pretty cool.
Wow. Wow. Well, if you ever go back, let me know.
Oh, well, you know,
I'll
I
get
would
the
love
posse up. We'll get Jody and Cobb.
I've always, you know, every time we've gone, I've tried to go see Craig, but he was, I don't know if he was in Canada or where he was at one of the 2 or 3 times I was there. But
right. I think right now he's playing the rooftop at AJ's once a week. I think no, it's Losers, right? He's playing Losers. Yep. Yep. He's still playing Losers, which it's moved. It's not in the same place that it was.
Okay.
And so, you know, you're talking about going down to Nashville and seeing big stars. You know, we still do, and they're still there.
Yeah.
Tom Killen, who is George Jones' steel guitar player, he's there around quite a bit. He plays for a lot of the guys. And Joe Spivey, who is John Anderson's fiddle player, you know, Seminole Wind, that kind of thing. Yep. He's around. You can see him. And a lot of Randy Travis's band around JD, the lead guitar player, he's down there. And you can find them. You just got to know what you're looking for. Like you said, a lot of people don't realize that who they're watching.
Yeah, I mean, there's those people love to play music, and whether they're, you know, they just that's what it is. That's what they do.
Right. So I don't have a whole lot more. I mean, you're very interesting stuff. Is there any place people could go to get all your music?
No.
They can go see you, right?
Facebook is probably the best place, but there's a few things on YouTube. The videos on YouTube, there's a couple live videos on YouTube. There was one that you're not really supposed to record in casinos, but the good boys, Goose and Robert and all them guys at a casino not to be named, they did one on my birthday one year. You can find that on YouTube. It's Todd Jones Band Live, and that was pretty cool. I think it's a different band at that point, but that was 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5. I don't remember what year it was, but we had a wonderful time. We did, I don't know, 30 minutes live at the casino. It was pretty cool. You know, we had that kind of stuff is pretty cool. Yeah.
I've got a few out there. I've got a few videos of you out there for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If they go to where this podcast comes from, they'll find videos of you there for sure.
But for some reason, the stuff never really worked. I think it's either it might be sitting in Atlanta Station because they can't find the I can't remember exactly what wouldn't work, but it's something to do with one of the songs won't get posted because we could not get the licensing or something like that, or we had a wrong name. I don't know exactly why we never could get it on. You know, back in the day, it was easy to get things on Apple Music or whatever, but now it would be, you know, Spotify or the other ones. But and it seems to be easier to get local music on that kind of stuff. But we had it on CD Baby, and one time we recorded a Clark song, so you could go right to their website and get or they had me on, I think it was iTunes, doing their song Sunshine. So I don't know that I ever sold one, but you know, I don't know. On one copy, because I remember doing that and being all excited about it, and then somehow we went in and they were like, "Oh, I'm driving down the road one day and the radio station they played the Clark singing it." I'm like, I thought we were going to release that, and we didn't.
Wow.
So it was like, damn.
So do you like to do? Go ahead.
That's a proud moment. First time I heard sitting in Atlanta Station playing on the radio.
Oh yeah.
My buddy was like, we were working and we were coming home. I think we were coming down Route 28 into Pittsburgh, and he handed me a napkin. He's like, "Here you go." I'm out of your eyes. So when I heard "Make Me Happy" on the radio, I just pulled in and I was like, "Man, this song's grooving." And then I didn't even realize I was listening to myself. I was like, "Wow, that chills up and down my spine."
Oh my God.
Yeah. Wow. So
amazing. What do you do for a day job?
I'm an operations manager.
Okay. Okay.
So I've done a lot of different things. I've been a safety guy, salesman.
Mhm.
I installed fence for a long time.
Okay.
Uh, did that. A lot of people go to college and build their career that way, but I was dead set on playing some music, and I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change any. I mean, it is what it is. We lived what we wanted to try to do. My wife backed me 100% on everything we ever did. Wasn't my decision. It was, she pushed me a lot, twisted my arm. Hey, go do this, go do this, go do this. So we would do it. I listened to her all the time. So, you know, I wouldn't change any of it for the world. We've had a great, the music thing is, probably I'll probably play a few more years here and there, but I don't. It's not. I don't foresee it's ever going to be the same as it once was, 10 years ago, or
Right.
even last year's. Those in business, the strong people that can, learn how to adapt, accept change, learn how to adapt and
Mhm.
move forward and stuff. Those are going to be your people that are still going to keep playing.
Right.
Now, some people are going to choose, like myself, did a couple, things on Facebook. I didn't put any, I have, Venmo and all that other stuff. But at the time, it wasn't like I was still working. So I didn't want, hey, if you want to donate some money to the local churches or whatever, donate the money,
Mhm.
that kind of stuff. But, I'm sure people made money doing that, and they had to, you know what I mean? But I didn't feel that I needed to take that money when they could be giving it to, you know, friends of mine that were doing the same thing that were hurting. I wasn't, you know what I mean? I
Right.
wasn't out using and making money, but you know, I wasn't hurting either. Like, this is okay. This is kind of cool. Just saying hello to everybody and entertaining. That's what we do, is entertain. So, uh, but it wasn't, I don't, there's going to be a lot of people, you know, the music industry's changed since I've released that CD in 2010, like there's a lot of streamlined stuff that, CDs and albums and tapes, that's all going to be gone. It's just going to be, I don't think eventually it's just going to be singles. I think it's just going to be a single. And if you listen to the radio today, I don't know who's pushing it. Uh, I know who's pushing it. It's children or teens or early 20s that spend money on music. Because in all reality, I don't buy CDs or music anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I don't buy that. So uh, I just, put on YouTube. I'm cheap, maybe, or whatever, and on or whoever, if you can. My brother buys a lot of music, but I don't. I just don't have the storage for it, or whatever, on my phone. I, you know, I'm bad with earphones and stuff. I lose them, or they get caught up somewhere. Or the dog chews them. So, but kids, I want to say probably from 11 or even younger, maybe 8, 9, to people in their, up to 25. That's who's dictating what's on the radio. So, uh, but I don't necessarily know, that I agree with, it isn't country, but some of those songs are great. You
Right.
know, there was a time when Kenny Rogers wasn't country and the Gambler wasn't country.
Yep.
That was pop
Yep.
country.
Yep.
Islands in the that's pop country. That's not country. Merle Haggard. That's, outlaw. Oh, that's outlaw. And people think when they say Nashville sound that that's like Willie Whalen, Merle, and all of Johnny Cash. No, 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 no. That's Chet Atkins and the Nashville sound and the stringed instruments that they, slowly got rid of. They have all those background noise there. Not noise, but beautiful music that just
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah.
Not country. Well, it's just not. Maybe it's not your country.
Right. Right. Right.
Is that, some of the stuff isn't my country. Some of it isn't my pop. Or I know it's definitely not my rock. I don't even know if rock and roll exists anymore.
Yeah, I got to agree with you there. I
Yeah.
mean, it's been a long time, and I don't go looking like I used to since
Yeah.
I've heard what I think is a good rock album. Although I did an interview last week with a local guy named Chip Dominic,
Yeah.
and he's definitely rock and roll. I mean, he's
Yeah.
kind of a throwback to rock and roll.
Yeah. I
Kind of
met.
reminds you of it. It's kind of cool.
Mhm.
I liked him a lot. He's got some songs. He's got a new song coming out called "Under the Exit Sign" about coming out from COVID. That's kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. But like you said, on the radio, there is no rock and roll.
Yeah. I mean, if you listen to, I guess maybe I was lucky enough to be a part of a country music era or themed time
Hmm.
where it seems like a lot of people like the Eagles,
Yeah,
like the Eagles.
yeah.
we're the perfect country band or a perfect country rock band at the time, you know, or whatnot.
Yeah.
But great vocals, great guitar lines, all that kind of stuff. You know, Brad Paisley was out, Tim McGraw, Kenny Chesney, uh, Keith Urban, you know, all that,
Mhm.
you know, that stuff. And now they're, you know, somebody definitely like Tim McGraw had that song, got somebody put pop in my country. There's definitely some pop in some country right now. So, but it's okay. Some of those songs are pretty cool. I like listening to hear my kids. All right, buddy.
Hey,
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Yep, no problem. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too. And if you need anything, just let me know.
All right, thanks, bud.
All right,
Bye,
bye.
Bob. All right, bye.